One of the number one reasons why women struggle with dating and relationships today is that they choose men who are not ready for anything real. Ladies, there are lots of great relationship-ready men out here. However, you need to learn how to choose them. I wrote this book to teach you how to do just that. Get your copy of Choose Well, a simple formula to determine the best man for you on Amazon today.
All right, I'm coming to you live early this morning as I pick up my breakfast. I'm going to try to pick up my prescription this morning before I head into the office. This week, I am truly back on my schedule. I am back in the office. I have clients coming into the office this week. I did a lot of my appointments from home last week, but this week I'm back in the office. And I'm back on my schedule. Good morning. All right. I got to make this somewhat quick because I definitely got to be done and in the office on time today because I got to set up a new computer. I got a brand new computer and I need to make sure I have all the proper logins to all the places I need to go. Okay. Speaking of which, did I? Hopefully I did. I'm hoping I bring my mouse. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the pink pill. That's what today's video is about. It's called the pink pill. And for those of you who are not familiar with the pink pill, so we got all these different color pills. We got the red pill, we got the blue pill. Some people think there's a purple pill, which is a blend of the red and the blue pill. And we have the pink pill. And one of the content creators over on YouTube, he created the clear pill. Was it the clear pill? I can't even remember what he called it. The clear pill or the white pill? Anyway, he has a whole nother one that he created, and he made a video about it. I haven't heard about it since. I think that was last year. So I assume that didn't stick because I haven't heard any more about it. But let me tell you about the pink pill. And this is something that we've seen this community grow in the last 5, 6, 7 years, pretty much as long as I've been on, probably 6, 7 years, as long as I have been online or on YouTube or Instagram. And I've been on Instagram 6 years. I think I've been on Instagram 6 years or 7 years. I can't remember. But the pink pill is, unfortunately, so it has taken female nature and it has 1,000 times it. Like the pink pill content is what you might call the Shira Sevens of the world. Who else would be classified under pink pill? I think there's actually a channel called the Pink Pill. And I can't remember that lady's name. I would consider her content classified as pink pill content. But it's basically where women are turning femininity into a business. That, in my humble opinion, is the pink pill. It's all about turning your femininity, your feminine, prowess and power into men taking care of me, men paying all my bills, the provider talk. All of that's pink pill talk. That's pink pill talk. When women are talking about wanting 100% providers and wanting a man to pay all their bills and spoil them, princess treatment, all of that is considered pink pill. Okay. And it's basically hypergamy on steroids. Okay. I believe hypergamy is a thing. It is real and it's a thing. But the pink pill takes it and turns it on its head. You know what, y'all? Dang it. I hope I put it in there. I got to get my oil changed today. I had a coupon to get my oil changed, and I'm looking at the Valvoline place. But I digress, okay? So hypergamy exists. It is something that's been around for thousands of years. It is in, honestly, the very nature of women. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a wrong thing. It just is a thing. And people who want to, men especially, you want to feel a way about hypergamy because the truth is you can't meet the standard. That's the only reason why a man would be upset about hypergamy, is because he doesn't meet the standard. He is not able to be the masculine in the relationship. He does not want to step into that role. He does not want that responsibility. And so he has a problem with hypergamy. And remember, hypergamy is not, oh, she's going to leave you for a better man. No, that's pink pill. Pink pill says that. Pink pill says, I'm always looking for the best option. That is not hypergamy. Okay? Most hypergamous women, they look for a really great guy. They choose him. He chooses her. They bond to him. And that's their man. They're not out here looking, always looking. That is a red pill concept that you all have, 100% swallowed whole, that a woman is always looking for a better option. She's always, no, no. Now, there are some women who will do that, but no, women who have sense, women who have not taken the pink pill, women who have a good thing and love their man and they're bonded to their man, they're not looking for a better option. Okay? Good morning.
Good morning. How can I help you?
I'm picking up order that I placed on the app.
What's the last name?
Stoudmire.
Yes, ma'am. I do have it right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, those of you who've been red pilled, that's what you're thinking. You're thinking that, no, sweetheart, James Lewis, 8184, most women are not leaving for other men. And I want you to look at those stats. Most women are not leaving for other men. Most women are leaving for thousands of other reasons. But most women, if you want to talk statistics, most men remarry after their marriage ends, not women. And especially now. Most women stay single. So they're not leaving the marriage for another man. Most men get left and jump into another marriage. That's what the statistics say. Men have a far greater rate of remarriage than women do. So if you want to talk statistics, James Lewis, 8184, he says, then why do women file so often for divorce? That is a video for another day. I've made that video 3 times, okay? 3 times that video is over on YouTube on my channel. I've talked about that ad nauseum. So I'm not going to talk about it now because right now we're talking about pink pill, okay? So, yes, right now you have a percentage of women that are looking at this, and you know what some of you all call it? You call it toxic femininity, but it isn't. Just like there is no toxic masculinity. There's masculinity and there's femininity. If someone is weaponizing that or doing something to weaponize that against you, I don't consider that to be toxic femininity. I consider that person is just, they're trying to weaponize something. That's all. Thank you so much. Okay, so that's my humble opinion. All right. But pink pill women, they listen to a lot of these femininity content women and their channels. And their goal is to game the system. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to protect themselves, protect their little hearts, protect their physical bodies, protect their pocketbooks. They're trying to protect themselves. So it's interesting to me that it's coming from, it's coming from a good place, but it has definitely been made very toxic. Because they're coming from a good place, which is, okay, how do I learn this game? How do I learn the rules to the game? How do I not be taken advantage of? How do I not be treated poorly by men and not be used by men? I think that it's coming from a good place. But unfortunately, these women, because they know there's a market for that, there's a market to talk to women about, yeah, you get him before he gets you. There's a market for that. And so these women thrive in that market. They thrive in that market of, okay, there are women out here that are being used and abused and taken advantage of. I'm going to create a platform. I'm going to teach women how to get the man before the man gets them. That's all that these platforms are about. So pink pill platforms, unfortunately, in my humble opinion, they're just as toxic as red pill platforms. They do not focus on healthy, emotionally and mentally healthy relationship skills. It is all about gaming the system. It is a bunch of, toxic games that they play. There's no authenticity. There's nothing genuine about it. It is all gamified, just like red pill. Just like red pill is teaching men game and teaching men how to get laid and teaching men, how to not catch feelings and don't do anything for her and neg her and tell her, even if she's the most beautiful woman in the world, that she's ugly and all. That's stupid. These are childish, emotionally immature games. Okay? Childish, emotionally immature games. And y'all know we grown over here. Over here on my platform, if you want to play those games, this isn't the place for you. I'm going to teach you how to be emotionally healthy. I'm going to teach you how to show up vulnerable. I'm going to teach you how to vet another person to determine if you even want to be vulnerable and to be open and to be your genuine self. Like, that's what we do over here. Okay? So we're not playing a bunch of stupid games. We're not steeped in the red pill, steeped in the pink pill. We're not beta, people, men or women. We are grown adults. We are assertive. We are kind. We are loving, but we also have boundaries. Okay? We know how to let things go and let people go that aren't for our benefit. Okay? So let's stop all the game playing. Let's not do that. Okay? We're not doing that over here. We have sense over here. No one is disrespecting anyone. And no one is using anyone. You're going to show up as your most authentic, genuine self. You're going to be open and vulnerable. And if that person can't respond reciprocally, then you're going to let them go. See? And you're going to keep going until you find someone who can respond reciprocally. That's it. That's it. That's the only way I play the game. I don't ever lose hope or lose faith that, all these people are jacked up and all these men wanted sex. Don't nobody want to commit. Don't nobody want a relationship. No, I am hopeful. I am doing my part. I'm cleaning up my side of the street, which is what I keep telling y'all. Stop worrying about the other gender. Stop worrying about the other sex. Clean up your side of the street. Be a decent human being. Approach people with kindness. If you don't get that back, walk away. Okay? That's it. It's really, really simple. I keep it so simple. Sometimes people say, I simplify it no. You all want to make it difficult. You all want to put 25 steps in it when it's really only 3 steps. Okay. It's not that hard. It's not. All right. I got to pick up my prescription, y'all. But, it's a 3-step system. And y'all want it to have 25 steps so bad. No, and then is what a lot of people tell me. Well, I'm different. My situation is different. Okay. You're in the mean average, but you're an outlier. No, probably not. Probably not. Just use the 3-step system, right? Have healthy boundaries. Know who you are. Know what you're about. Know what you want in this life. And move accordingly. Be kind. Don't use people. Be intentional. That's what I teach over here. If you want to play a bunch of stupid games, or if you really believe all women are horrible, all men are horrible, okay, this isn't the place for you. This is the last place you should be. Okay, this is just not the place for you. It's okay. It is perfectly okay. I keep telling people this, why are y'all showing up on my platform? This is where grown folks hang out.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm picking up Anita. And then the last name is Stoudmire, Stoudmire.
I have the date of birth.
It's 1/23/68.
All right, give me a moment.
Thank you. So, y'all just understand, gentlemen. So just like women, they run into red pill men, right? I've run into red pill men. All the talking points, all the Kevin Samuels talking points, and all the Fresh and Fit talking points. I've ran into these red pill men. All the what's the other guy? Rollo Tomasi talking points. You know, I've ran into these red pill men. And again, you know, I talk like I have sense. I mix my emotions and feelings with logic and rationale. And if they cannot receive that, I leave them alone. That is the answer. That is the answer. And I tell men the same thing. If you run into a pink-pilled woman, someone who has all the talking points, I want 100% provider. I want to be treated like a princess. I want to be the feminine in the relationship. And I want to, okay. And again, that's fine to have in your spirit, that you don't need to say that. I keep telling women that. Stop saying that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
I keep telling women, stop saying that. Stop walking around with the pink pill talking points, right? Because a healthy man, that's going to turn off a healthy man. He's like, oh, I'm good. And remember, ladies, I don't know how many times I have to say this. It's not the words. I keep telling women, y'all use far too many words for me. Like, y'all do. Y'all use a lot of words. And I'm like, why are we talking so much? Like, why are we talking about, you know, all of this and what he need to do and where you want to go and I like this and do this and do that and blah, blah, blah. No. You're doing way too much talking. Let the man show up. See what he does. I've been telling y'all this. Just see what he does. Right? Just see what he does. I take 30 days. It usually takes about 30 days. And I usually have between 3 and 4 dates in those 30 days. Right? So I'm talking to you on the phone. I'm texting you. I have about 3 or 4 dates in those 30 days. And I just see what he got, what he got. What he talking about. Like, yeah, I observe. That's what y'all refuse to do, is just shut up and observe and listen, ask questions and listen to the answer to those questions, ask deeper diving questions. Like, y'all will not shut up and observe and see what he does. So that's the first line of defense. I just see what a man does. And I say, oh, wow, either this is very aligned, like this is aligned with what I like and what I do and all of that, like just naturally. Are we naturally aligned? Do we share similar values naturally? Okay, just organically. What you got? That's it. And then if you notice that you're not aligned, there is no organic chemistry or just, okay, we're similar in the ways that feel good. Okay, now you can either, so here's your options. You can completely cut your losses. And sometimes I do that. I just say, you know what? We're just not a good fit. We're not a good, natural, organic fit. Or you can make suggestions and I teach you how to do that. I actually give you the language on how to do that. Because a lot of you all, you do it in a way that's controlling. You tell him this and that, and I like this and do this and that. You tell him. You don't express. You don't share things you like or desires that you have. That's how you do it. You don't tell him to do anything. He's a grown man. Okay? And here's the truth of the matter. He's going to, some of them, not all of them, some of them will follow your instruction. But it's not genuine. So he'll follow your instruction. You'll tell him this and tell him that, and he'll do it, and and he'll follow your instruction until he don't. And then you're wondering, well, you used to do this, you used to do that. Okay, because you was telling me, but that's not in me. That's not naturally in me to do, or I don't want to do that, but I did it to get laid. I did it to get a girlfriend. I did it to get a relationship. So you can express and see what he does with the expression. right? Because a man who is like, you know what? I'm going to take some of these suggestions. I'm going to take some of these expressions and do something with it. And if I get good results, and I keep telling women what good results look like, which is you being appreciative, you being grateful, you smiling and giving a hug and a kiss and appearing happy, right? Because that's what men need to know. Can I contribute to your happiness? Can I win with you? Can I be a good man to you? That's what a man needs to know more than anything. But if he feels like he's failing in the relationship, he's failing you, that he can't do anything right, you're never happy, oh man, you have a problem. Like, you have a problem on your hands. Once a man is in that land of, I can't win with her, and he's been there for a while, you got a problem. And look, most men are not going to tell you. They're not going to say anything. They're not going to tell you. They are going to act out. Some of them cheat. Some of them check out or start doing other stuff with their life. They just are like, yeah, I can't win with her. I just can't win, and I'm just going to check out. And that's what they do. So you can express a desire. You can express a need. You can express a want. You can, oh, this would feel so good. You know what would feel good? That's how you express a desire. But to tell a man, sure, he might follow your teaching or your leading, but that's really not your job. Okay? But that's it. Ladies, stop trying to squeeze a square peg into a round hole. Like I keep telling y'all, 75% of the couples that I see in my practice should not be together. They are not a good natural organic fit. They don't have similar values. They don't have similar morals. They don't want similar things out of life. They don't have a similar conflict style. They're not good communicators, they're just not a good fit. They're not a good fit. Temperamentally, they're not a good fit. So, but instead of, doing that work and properly vetting, now they come into my office and say things like, we want to make it work. And I'm like, let's see how this goes. We want to make it work. Really? You got to make it work? Like, okay. And again, time, energy, and effort. That's what all healthy relationships need, romantic or otherwise. Time, energy, and effort. Okay, that's it. Time, energy, and effort. And whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But again, me, after all these years being on the planet, as long as I've been alive, I have finally come to realize that I don't want to make it work. Like, I want the best organic or natural fit for me. And that does not mean we're not going to disagree. That does not mean we're not different. That does not mean we have to resolve things in a healthy way. That does not mean we're not going to have communication issues. That doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean everything is going to be great. It isn't. But 80% of the time, I want it to be good. And that's what most people, they don't consider that percentage. They spend the majority of their relationship being miserable. I'm not interested. I don't want a relationship if the majority of the time I am miserable or lonely or angry or frustrated or dismissed or confused or neglected. Like, guess what? I can alleviate all of those issues by not being with this person in this relationship. And some of you all never even consider that truth. That's not even a thought in your head. I gotta do this. You know how many people come into my practice? I gotta do this. I gotta make it work. The last couple came in last Friday or last Saturday. Well, we've intertwined our lives. And they're not married now. They're not married. They live together. Well, we've intertwined our lives and we've intertwined our families and this, that, so can I give y'all some of the hardest truth that you ever going to hear. Even if you married, you can get out of it. like some people feel a way about me saying that, but why are we acting like we're stuck? Why are we walking around acting like we're stuck? You're never stuck. You can get out of it. And I'm not saying I advocate for people running around getting divorced. Y'all already know the only reason, in my humble opinion, to get a divorce from your spouse is abuse. Okay? Especially if you have children. If you have children, you better be getting abused. Like, because you wanting to walk away and dismantle the nuclear home over the cap off the toothpaste, over the toilet seat being up, you dumb. Like, you dumb. She said, what do you think is the common denominator in the 75% that you think shouldn't be together? Again, I just named all of them. They are not a natural organic fit. They do not share the same values. They do not share the same morals. They do not share the same conflict style. They do not communicate similarly, or at least understand how the other person communicates. They have different religions or faith. They feel differently about lifestyle. They're not compatible as far as their lifestyle. So many things that should be similar that are not. So that's like me choosing someone who's overweight, out of shape, sedentary, doesn't keep up with their body or their looks, doesn't go to the dentist, doesn't go to the doctor, is atheist, okay, has never been married, doesn't have children, and is not hardworking. And we expect to be a good fit because I feel some feelings? No, we're a horrible fit. We are a horrible fit for one another. But I bumped into him out at a restaurant while he was picking up 30 wings. He was picking up wings at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I bumped into him, and I had a feeling. I had a spark. I had some butterflies. That's called so what? Because that man and I are not long-term compatible. We are not long-term compatible. We're going to keep bumping up against the same thing. Can you get up? Can you work out? Can you brush your teeth? Can you bathe your body? Are you going to work today? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Not even. That's not even. Just the thought of doing that is making me break out in hives. No, ma'am. But that's what these people are doing. You have one person who has a strong work ethic and is ambitious. You have the other person who is lazy, who will not work. Yeah, that's a bad match. And it's a constant battle. And I'm like, you didn't see this? Like, you didn't see these things? You have one person that, keeping their sex life alive is very important. Making love on the regular is important to them. Staying in healthy shape is important to them. You have one person who disagrees. Nope, I don't want to have sex. I don't want to, I don't want to work out. I don't want to eat healthy. See? What are we to do with that? And again, people's needs are not being met in the relationship. And let me tell y'all, as I say all the time, when people go without getting their basic needs met in the relationship, bad things happen. Very bad things happen. Very bad things, okay? Bad things are going to happen when I can't get my needs met in this relationship. Okay? No, bad things are going to happen. And I keep trying to tell people this. List out your basic needs. What do you need in this relationship? What do you need for this person? And find someone that can meet it. Not your wants. Not your wants, because a lot of y'all focus on the wants. That's your preferences. Focus on your needs. What do you need to be your best self? What do you need to feel loved and cared for? What do you need to feel cherished and respected? That's what goes on the list. Not 6'2", not 6'2", not big old butt. You ain't gonna convince me that 6'2" and a big old butt is helping you to be the best version of yourself. It's not. It's not. Okay? Focus on what you need. Focus on what you need. And I mean long term. And then most of the people that come in my practice, they use short-term mating strategy. That's why they're in trouble. And most people today do. They only think about today. They only think about tomorrow. They don't think about 5 years from now. They don't think about 20 years from now. They say, this person makes me feel good today. They sexy right now. Like, they make me feel a way tomorrow. You know, they never think 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. They never think that. And then they try to turn it from short term to long term. You know what? We've been doing this for a while. What if we made this a long term thing? Right? This is exactly what happens to 75% of people. Let's do this long term. Let's commit. Let's get married. Let's live together. Let's get a dog. Let's have some kids. 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. What is this? What? You don't like to work. We don't have sex. You don't take care of yourself. I don't like how you talk to me. You got an alcohol problem. Like, I can go on and on and on. All these things now that you didn't assess for, because all you're thinking about is today, right? If somebody's a raging alcoholic and you go home with them tonight and you have a good time, that don't matter. That don't matter that they're a raging alcoholic. Like, that don't matter that they gotten 2 DUIs and they gotten fired from the last job. All that matters is tonight it's on. That's all that matters. But you try to turn short term into long term. And now all of a sudden, he has an alcohol problem. And here's how it's affecting me. It's the same with the blended family. So that's one of the areas that I specialize in. And I'm getting more and more clients related to this area because it is something I'm so passionate about, is the blended family. And again, people do not consider the effect that 2 people, the man and the woman coming together, is going to have on their blended family. But again, using short-term mating strategy. Well, I met you out at the singles event and we had a spark. And, you know, we started talking on the phone, unbeknownst to my kids and your kids, or my family and your family. And we've been, you know, going out on little dates. And when my kids are with their dad, you come over. And when your kids are with their mom, I come over. And we've been sleeping together and it's been lovely. You know what? Let's make it official. And you call yourself trying to bring all these people together? And his kids got these issues, and then your kids got these issues, and they don't like each other, and they don't like him, and his kids don't like you. And you have the audacity to put all these people in the same household. What? Because look, you so in love. You feel good with him, and you feel good with her, and she's magic, and he's so great. What that got to do with everybody else in your family? But you don't think about that. And then these kids darn near tear each other to shreds. They tear you to shreds. And here you come running in my office. Oh, we got these blended family problems. And let's add this. Let's add this layer. And then I got to go. I don't like the way he disciplined my kids. I don't like the way she don't care for my kids. She cared for her kids better than she cared for my kids. See, here we go. Here we go. And she get preferential treatment of her kids, and she don't. See, here we go. Didn't think about that, did you? No, you didn't think about none of that. Because you was in a short-term mating strategy mindset. All you thought about was today. You didn't think about what would happen down the road when you tried to bring all these people together and bring these families together. And, See, you ain't think about none of that. But that's 75%. It's the 25, and y'all, when the 25% come in, like I cannot tell y'all, it gives me hope. It gives me hope. Okay, there are people out here doing things the right way. It does. It gives me hope. It lets me know it's possible. Okay? But if I'm being honest, the majority of people should not be together. The majority of the clients that come into my office shouldn't be together. They did it all wrong. They did not vet each other. They used a short-term mating strategy, and now they're in a long-term relationship, and it's all going to hell, And, okay, 3 tips to blending a family. Well, number 1, you have to use my 3-point vetting system. Okay, that's the first thing. Use my 3-point vetting system. And that is, you're going to get people involved in the vetting process. Not necessarily your minor children. If you have adult children, you can get them involved. I do. I have adult children, and I don't have no problem bringing any man that I'm interested in around my adult children. Right? Now, my minor children, I won't do that. I will bring them around my friend, my best friend. I'll bring them around my mama, my daddy, my brothers, my aunties, my uncles. I'll bring the person around other people that I trust and know and love to help me vet this person. The second thing is you and that person need to have lots and lots of communication around parenting style. That's the biggest upset that I see in these blended families. They don't have similar parenting style. One of them is authoritarian. One of them is permissive. And that's going to cause a problem. So you need to talk about that a lot. A lot. Okay? You also need to, at some point, you are going to slowly integrate or introduce this person with your children, like each of you. You're going to start bringing that person around your kids. You go around their kids, all the kids together. You want to do that not at your home or their home. I always tell people this. Do not have the man come to your home. You don't go to his home when you're meeting his kids. You're out. You're out doing something fun. You're out doing an activity. Okay? That's how the first meeting, second meeting, third meeting is supposed to go. All right? But you have open communication, open dialogue. And you have to have lots and lots of family meetings where everyone is present. That is a non-negotiable, and yet people keep pushing back on that. Well, I don't feel comfortable with the family meeting, or I don't feel, okay, well, then you won't have a successful blended family. You can push back all you want, but you're going to keep having the problems you having. You have to have open door policy. All the kids are sitting there. You and the other spouse is sitting there. Everybody can freely talk. Everybody can express how they feel and what they think. You express what the boundaries and the rules and all of that is, but it's open. It's not you just talking to your kids, him talking to his kids. He said, she said, well, Anita said this and so said that. No. We all sitting at this table. We all hearing the same thing, right? It's all above board. You have no idea how many blended families push back on that. Well, no, I don't want to do that. I don't feel, okay, well then go away from here. Go away from here. You want to keep this nonsense going. I'm teaching you the skills that you need to have so everybody feels comfortable, so everything is above board, and you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it, so I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, that I have family meetings just within my own family. So I don't understand the whole I don't want the family meeting in the blended family. It is a requirement. I think nuclear families need to have family meetings. You definitely need to do it when you are a blended family. Okay? And open and honest communication, open door policy, and tell everybody this is what, my expectation is, and, be open. But y'all, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. And like I said, the kids run amok, the parents run amok. It's a mess. She said, we have family meetings. I have an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old. There you go. She said, beautiful. I was thinking this. Yep. See, I do it too. So that's it. But this pink pill, I'm just being honest with y'all. It's just as detrimental as the red pill because it is toxic. It is, that is the reason why we found ourselves in this dating is prostitution culture. Well, send me money for my nails. Send me money for my hairdo. Send me money to talk to me on the phone. That's pink pill. That's pink pill nonsense. That's pink pill nonsense that's out here telling women that they are so valuable and their time is so valuable and they deserve to be paid and they need push presents and all this other crap. That stuff is ridiculous. Okay? It's ridiculous where we have landed. I need a baby moon and I need a push present and I need what? To do something that God designed only you to do? What? What in the heck? Stop it. Stop it, y'all. Stop it. Remember, men and women are equal in value. We both have our strengths that are different. But this whole let's exalt the woman, let's exalt the woman higher, that's what's getting us in trouble as it is. That's the feminist dogma. That's the feminist lie that has a lot of you all in trouble. The woman is the prize and let's exalt the woman and the woman is so much better than the man. Not according to God's economy. Because guess what, boo-boo? You need that man's sperm cell to have a baby. And if you don't get it from some male, you won't be having no baby. So that's for same-sex couples, single mothers, or who. You ain't having no baby without something produced by a male. Period. So stop it. Stop it with this nonsense. Yeah, women are superior. And look, y'all really gonna hate this. Especially now, y'all are not. Every Wednesday, when I watch Pop the Balloon, can I be real? And I got to go, y'all. I got 1 minute. Can I be real with y'all? Every Wednesday, when I watch Pop the Balloon, I am reminded that women are no longer the fair sex. They are no longer the fair sex. They will always be the weaker vessel, because that's in the Bible. But they are no longer, oh, I'm pedestalized. No, baby. No, they're not. They are not modest. They are covered in tattoos. They are covered in piercings. Their attitudes, the language that they use. You know what really grates my nerves? What drives me up a wall is to see a beautiful, what appears to be, right, on the outside. So if that mouth was closed, if the woman's mouth was closed and she walked into a room, I'm thinking, oh, wow, what a beautiful woman. What a classy, well put together woman. And then she opened her mouth. And her language is littered with profanity. Her language is littered with the vernacular of the modern day. There is nothing more distasteful than that to me. So even if she's dressed modestly, even if she's dressed in a classy way and she's beautiful, hair, makeup, nails, everything on point, if she opens her mouth and ignorance comes out, it erases everything that I just saw. Everything that I just saw is now null and void. This person is a trash person to me. That really, really grates my nerves. And I'm seeing more, again, pink pill. You got a lot of pink pill creators that this is how they are. They appear to look one way. They appear to be one way. And then call themselves feminine. That's what's wild. They call themselves feminine. They call themselves femininity coaches. And their language is rough and abrupt. It's littered with profanity. It is low class and low brow. It is uncouth. But they are the hallmark of femininity. Yeah, right. Money Moolah Pesos says, do you feel having these conversations online or on YouTube is helping our community? I think it is. To some degree, it is helping our community to the extent of those who are open-minded. I do not have conversations like this with people who are closed-minded and who've already made up their mind. I'm done. And a lot of people, you know, I go on platforms and when I stop talking, when I stop engaging, That's basically what I'm saying. The Bible says that we are not to argue with fools. We're not to go back and forth with idiots. And I don't. So we need 10,000, 100,000 need each other for sure. Yes. Okay. But the pink pill is a part of the problem as well. That's a part of the problem. And the feminist dogma is part of the problem. And all of it's destroying us. So let's not act like the red pill is the only enemy. The pink pill is the enemy. These pink pill creators that are saying women are better, women are superior, women are the prize. I've said this 1,000 times, and I'm going to say it again 10 toes down. Jesus is the prize. Jesus is the one who got nailed to the cross for us. We ain't nothing down here. Ain't nobody walking this earth nothing. Okay? We ain't nothing. That's why we need a savior. We are imperfect to the nth degree. We are stupid. We do idiot things. We make the same mistakes over and over and over. And y'all have the audacity to think one of y'all is the prize. Nobody down here is the prize. Your Lord and Savior is the prize. Okay? That's who the prize is. So stop it. Stop for the nonsense. Okay? Stop that. But the pink pill is just as toxic as the red pill. And it has women out here. Men are all bad. Men are all predators. Men are all going to do this. Men are all going to do that. Like, they really be believing that. And it's sad because a lot of these women have been sexually assaulted. They have been abused. They have been cheated on. They have been lied to. But unfortunately, because their mind is closed, because they're shut down to letting any other different type of information come in or letting other different type of men come in. Oh no, these men are dangerous. These men are predators. These men, see? And they just keep it going. And then have the audacity. Y'all, they have the audacity to keep saying how oppressed women are. Women are not oppressed in the West. And even in other parts of the world. Women are not oppressed. Are there women out there oppressed in other parts of the world? Yes. But I'm sitting here in my car, outside of my office, getting ready to walk in. I am not being oppressed, y'all. I'm sorry. I was not oppressed when I was married to my husband and I was staying at home and being taken care of and getting a stipend every week, taking care of my own children, helping my husband build his business. I was not oppressed. I was not oppressed before I met him when I was working my job and living in my apartment and, going to happy hours on Friday. I'm not oppressed. Stop it. Stop with this ridiculous narrative. You're not. And you need to look up the definition of oppression. So, no. And even if the right to vote was stripped from me, I'm not oppressed. Because right now, y'all, I don't even be wanting to vote. Like, I really don't. You taking away something I don't care about. Okay? So, that's all. But see, a lot of people don't have common sense to think this through. They don't critically think. You're taking away some. That's like people saying, Anita, you can't eat okra no more. No more okra for you. You do not have access to okra no more. I have not eaten okra in over 20 years. But yet, here I go, getting on platforms talking about these people, they said I can't eat okra no more. Can you believe that? Come on, stop it. Stop it. All right, y'all, I got to go. Have a great day. This Hurricane Erin is headed toward us, but apparently it's going to loop. It's going to loop past us, but we're going to get some rain and some wind and something. So I'm hoping not to lose the power. And we still have a big hole in the driveway where they fixed the electric. So now I'm worried about that getting filled with water. So I'm going to call Dominion Power today. But I hope y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. I appreciate you all. Have a great day. And as always, stay open to love.